So Friday 13th brings you some of the best Jason Voorhees there is. Since there won't be any new Jasons coming to the game, I figured now's the time to do my top 5 Jasons in Friday 13th the game. Now going through the list of the Jasons, this was a very hard choice. Now just for purposes of this video, and since not everyone has Savini Jason, I'm going to leave him out of this list. Though he actually wouldn't be as high as you would think. So we're going to start the list off at number 5, ironically, is Part 5 Jason, or Roy Burns. What I like about this Jason is the fact that, one, he's not a Jason, and he's pretty damn good. He starts a game with 6 throwing knives and 5 traps. This is a good way to start a match. You take the 2 knives in the shack and you already have 8 knives. And I love throwing knives. That's the way I play as the Jason Voorhees. Being able to hit a counselor with a throwing knife is going to make them second guess whether or not they want to actually go through the trap or even jump out of a window. This is definitely going to slow them down for this Jason. But because this Jason is not a real Jason, he does have some weaknesses that any other Jason does not. That's going to be his grip strength, stun resistance, and his defense. This is going to be a Jason that you're really going to want to stalk. I mean, that's his strength right there, is his stalk. So this is going to be the one that you're going to want to actually stalk from afar and sneak up on your counselors and take them out one by one. Because he has such a weakness with defense, the counselors are going to become overwhelming and it's going to be very difficult to take them out. But overall, this Jason is still incredible to use, though technically not a Jason. At number 4, we're going to go with Part 2 Jason. This has been one of my favorite Jasons to use. He has some great strengths in the fact that he starts with 7 traps. This makes this Jason a trapper. If you're going to use this Jason, you have to use him right in order to make him good. This is going to be a Jason that you're definitely going to want to sneak around, a lot like Part 5 Jason. Yes, they both can run, but his shift is pretty bad, as well as his water speed and his defense. So this is going to be a Jason that you're really going to want to set a lot of traps and ambush from afar. His morph is one of his better strengths. So if you're able to put a trap somewhere and then morph across the map, much better because of the regeneration time. Obviously his water speed's horrible, so don't try to go against a boat with this Jason. And also this Jason has some very bad defense. With Part 2 Jason, you're going to be able to take off his mask so much quicker than any Jason in the game, making him the ideal Jason for counselors to try to kill. So you have to keep that in mind when using Part 2 Jason. But the fact that he starts with 7 traps makes this one of my favorite Jasons to use in the game. Number 3 is Part 6 Jason. Now this Jason's a pretty good average Jason. He definitely has a lot of weaknesses, as the fact that he cannot run like the previous 2 Jasons. But he does start with a crap load of throwing knives, and he has great sense and has a good shift. He does have some horrible weaknesses as far as his defense and his morph, but you can make up for that with his throwing knives and his sense. What I do love about Part 6 Jason is that you can use his sensibility as a radar. Because his sensibility is able to regenerate so much quicker, you can use this multiple times throughout the game to find every counselor you need to find. And also, his shift ability is a huge strength of his. This Jason's shifts is going to regenerate so much quicker, and it's just overall one of the best shifts in the game. The only nitpick I have of this Jason, besides his morph and the fact that he can't run, I really don't like the way the mask looks on Part 6 Jason. Number 2 is Part 8 Jason. This is basically an obvious. This is your overall the best Jason to use. While he's not number 1 for me, he's going to be your average Jason on everything. He has no teleportation weaknesses, and he's not easy to kill either. He has great water speed, so as long as you can make sure you keep an eye on the boat, he's going to be able to catch it. His destruction is incredible, and his stalk is really good as well. Yes, he can't run, and he has horrible sense. But it just kind of all makes up for it because, like I said, he has no teleportation weaknesses, and his destruction just makes it easier to quickly get in and grab a counselor. Now he doesn't have the best grip strength, but with the way counselors are with pocket knives, who really cares? This is the one Jason that can take on a group of counselors all at once. He doesn't have to hide and sneak and ambush counselors and get them one by one. Like I said, this is your average, overall, great Jason to use.
I'm going with you. You stay here.
Now my number one pick for the best Jason in the game is Part 4 Jason. What makes this Jason unique to me, and what makes him the best Jason, is the fact that he is the toughest Jason, and he's the most aggressive. With Part 4 Jason, he has one of my favorite strengths of Jason, is the fact that he can run, and he has destruction at the same time. You're going to want to start the match by just all-out attack. This is the best Jason if you learn how to use him correctly. If you want to end a match quick, Part 4 Jason is your best bet. Well, that's my list on the top 5 Jasons of Friday 13th the game. I want to know yours in the comments below. Which Jason do you prefer as the number 1? Is it Part 8, Part 4, or maybe even Part 7 or 9? If you enjoyed this video, do me a huge favor, give this channel some love and support and hit that like button. Also, if you're new to this channel and you want to see some great gaming content, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you become part of the notification squad. And as always, thank you for watching, and until next time.